Welcome back to episode 14 of the Hardcore Chronicles. I am your host, Lieutenant BuzzLitebeer. We have made it down to the DCD Headquarters. This is a level 18 mission. This is basically due south out of the White House. And this is one of the missions that we need to get done in order to unlock some stuff over at the campus settlement. I'm still rocking, for those of you that watched episode 17, still rocking the Mark 17. That's the Scar H rifle. Still have the Carbine 7, which I basically never use. It's just candy on the back. I have picked up a purple chest piece, basically to help out with rifle damage. So it's an Overlord chest piece. So now we have plus 10% rifle damage, which we were missing in the previous episode. So we should push out some significantly more damage. And I think I did also pick up on the way down here a plus 4% generic rifle mod. So plus 4% rifle damage. So we're going to take this Mark 17 to even greater heights now that we have some DPS enhancers, which is just flat out base damage, which is great. This is actually a pretty straightforward mission. You never really get overwhelmed. I don't think at any time during the playthroughs, especially on this DCD mission, do I ever feel like I'm, having waves of enemies come at me and nothing that I can't handle. But still a pretty dramatic mission, especially when you get down into the basement sections. Watch out for this thing. Oh, great. There we go. So we're bleeding already. All right, so spoke too soon, right? Talking about, yeah, there's nothing really bothering me. I will say that today is Wednesday, the 22nd, as I'm recording this, and yesterday, since we had the maintenance, I've been seeing just a little bit of input lag on my PC gaming rig, and I keep my rig in immaculate shape. But anyway, the settings that I run this game on are on full ultra, so I run everything on full ultra, but something has happened to the game since yesterday, and just like here, I mean, what? Yeah, so did you see that? I'm gonna give that door the hand. Like, bullet registration is like off. Like, normally if I shot that lock, it would just like come off. But just something I guess you have to battle with. I can compensate a little bit for it with the mouse, like as I'm pegging away with the Mark 17, because it's an ultimate accurate rifle. It is just an absolute laser beam. As I'm pegging away with it, I can see if the rounds are connecting or not, make small adjustments just with the mouse. But it seems to come and go. I don't think it's the ISP. I don't think it's my internet connection, but for some reason the rounds just, it doesn't feel true, if that makes any sense to you. Especially I've seen some videos on YouTube, console players where they're just shooting and it's like nothing's connecting. That's I'm not that severe right now on PC, but I'm definitely feeling it, if that makes any sense. So all right, so we're upstairs here. Nothing really wild going on, but some of these comms are pretty savage. Gotta say, the stuff that's going on in the background is just absolute chaos, especially everything to do with Emmeline and the Outcast. That is like really hardcore, what happens with them, how they get locked up out on Roosevelt. So let's check for, there we got an Outcast key. Yeah, there we go. Providence, another generic mod. These generic mods, really pay attention to these on your early playthroughs, because they could be just straight up weapon damage if you need. And they install either an offensive or defensive or even like a utility mod slot if you happen to find one, so you can just throw on free damage and it doesn't have to be mod slot specific. So as you see, 2 pieces of Overlord, 2 pieces of Alps, got 1 of Providence. I think it's a Wyvern I'm wearing, or yeah. But let's check this out. See, there's a rifle damage plus 4%. Generic system mod, so I can basically slap that into anything that I need. I got another one down there to level 15, so I have 2 plus 4% rifle mods now. This is perfect. So I've got the Overlord chest that I didn't have in the last episode, so that's plus 10% rifle damage, and now I have 2 plus 4% rifle mods, so that's another 8%. So that's plus 18% on my rifle that I did not have on this build in the last episode. Obviously I'm taking on harder enemies now, but that's some decent damage. That's great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So we'll go out here, open up this doorway. It should be 2 guys that'll come here. There they are. Rifle hitting pretty hard still. I did take a look at the base damage on it. It's not the highest. It's probably like a a mediocre mid-range base damage roll on a Mark 17. But at this point, beggars can't be choosers. You got to take what you can get. And a Mark 17, and I believe it has Stable and Optimist on it, along with some of the gear and mods that I have right now. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. If I could keep just finding Mark 17s at higher and higher and higher levels, I would be happy. Alright, so this is nothing to really worry about in here, but you do need to be careful because there are those vats of basically poisonous materials, and if they happen to destroy one of those around you, you can get wrapped up in the toxic cloud and your playthrough is over. So, especially over here kind of on my left up above me, there's one right there that I'm shooting at. There you go. If you happen to be in that cloud, like if you get a little too far down there and they ignite that, game over. Game over, man. There we go, another quote from Aliens, Bill Paxton. So, yeah. See, the rounds are like hitting them, but like some of them don't feel like they're doing any damage. Look at just how accurate this thing is. It just reaches out and touches them all the way across the room. Turret's not going to do a lot of damage here, but I did place it over there on the right. So it'll help me as they come across on this high level to the left, and it'll start to head off anyone if they were to flank over there on the right. So I'm basically using it kind of like a free pulse, like a constant pulse. So if somebody were to run over there, it'll basically mark them. Not that it has to down them, but at least I'll know they're there. All right, 2 light machine gunners down there, standing shoulder to shoulder. Be careful with this. These guys are heavily armored. They're accurate. They suppress you. I mean, it's all bad when it comes to them. See if I can entice this guy out and goodbye to you. There we go. Keep the drone up right now, just in case. This guy's just going to keep peppering me. But let's pull it down now. There we go. Turret down, because this will be the last guy I have to deal with here. And let's pull down the drone now, too, so it starts on cooldown. Come on. You know you want to peek. Here he comes. Goodbye to you. So you can see this explosive barrel or vat of chemicals, whatever. I just passed it there next to that body. Yeah, be careful with those things. They emit some sort of cloud of poison, and then when they do explode, it's all over. That chemical gets on you, it's game over. Right in the middle of the lab. Kind of like the same thing in the bottom of the Grand Washington Hotel in that first room you go into, when you're kind of in that meth lab area. Yeah, if that stuff gets on you, it's over. All right, Agent Swole, let's keep it going. DCD next chamber. You don't even have to fire a bullet in this one. This is so perfect. Just run over here and hit the purge button. Purge activated. I guess you could call that clean. You know what you guys get? You get the hand. Oh yes, there they go. Perfect. Next chamber. Didn't even have to waste a round. Alright, should be, I think, 4 of them on the story mission here. There are some explosives, so don't go down there all the way. I'll probably ignite them when they start taking cover down there. There's one there, right where the grenade guy is. There we go. See? There we go. Perfect. Those are tactical kills there. You get extra points for those. Pull this down. So there we go. See? 2 times tactical kill, another 231 XP. Remember, that is a perk for accolades that you unlock at the Quartermaster at the base of operations. You pick up extra XP. I always, when I'm leveling up a character, unlock those accolade XP boosters as fast as possible. Later on, if I can find a mod or like a generic mod or something that I can slap onto my gear that'll give me extra XP, I'll put that on as well. I'll leave those on there until I feel through my playthrough that I'm just not pushing out enough damage, and then I'll probably switch over or back to the rifle mods, because the rifle mods are just flat damage modifiers, which are perfect. No prerequisites, just slap them on and go. Alright, this next room, kind of a cool area here, like the body disposal area. But no real problems. As long as you stay up top, don't get enveloped. One, go. Rifles don't have as near as a heavy. He's going to ignite that barrel, isn't he? They don't have nearly as heavy headshot damage multipliers as a marksman rifle, SVD or SRS or something like that. So with rifles, it's critical hit damage. But they still do give you, like every other weapon in this game, they still give you extra damage if you can land the headshot. So first priority is just trying to land the shot, and if I can hit the headshot, that's an added bonus.
But doesn't show symptoms. If I'm right, they're weaponizing green poison and
just gonna look around here. I don't normally look around on my playthroughs, you know, because I'm usually running with a squad and I just want to speed run this stuff, like a daily or something like that. This is a pretty cool elevator though. Here I'm gonna get it the hand. Go to the bodies. That is sick. And down it goes. Alright, next area. Smoke effects looked a little wonky there. Maybe it was dust, I don't know. It's kind of odd, like fog. Should be a loot crate up here on the left. There it is. There we go. Sokolov concern. Not this playthrough. I'm not concerned with SC. Alright, so we're about to go into a chamber. We're going to have to deal with a heavy with a sledgehammer. So I got a little trick for dealing with him. And there is a collectible area in here as well. So he's going to come through the doorway down there. Let's get a grenade in on him as he comes in. That'll kind of open him up. There we go. And the turret's opening up on him, and he's down. Just a couple NPCs left. Let's let the turret work on him a little bit. Don't really need to prioritize anything in here. Watch out, right next to my turret, you can see it at the base of that, whatever that counter is, one of those explosive vats again. Be careful with that. The chemicals come out of there. The cloud comes out, can hurt you, and then kind of the chemical spill afterwards, that can kill your agent instantly. It just totally disregards your armor and goes right for your health. So check the skeletons in here. That's what I'm checking. Oh, there's a collectible up here.
Portable device detected.
Yes, got you. Asymptomatic. And a loot crate. Right, more Providence defense. And I believe the skeleton is across the way here. I think it's this one over here. Once you're up on a level 30 and everything, that skeleton right there, I believe, is the one that gives you the collectible. But since I'm not there, just gives me mats.
Emmeline's the head of the outcasts.
All right, there we go.
If she's an asymptomatic carrier, they've got an endless supply of the virus to play with.
Agent, your route out is going to take you into
hopefully you guys are enjoying these playthroughs. We're up to 17. Finish this mission, we're easily going to be in 18. So we're closing in on that 30 rank, bit by bit by bit. In case you also missed it, because this episode is going to post on Thursday the 23rd, today the 22nd while I'm recording this, I did post a State of the Game recap over on the channel. It's about 15 minutes long. It's definitely worth you taking a look at. Explain some of the different skill changes to the game coming up. We talk about recalibration. The changes to the skill power and how all that is going to be used on gear going forwards, and skill tiers as well. There's also a new stat library system, which is really cool, which I've discussed privately in the past, and that was a very healthy conversation we had, which is basically going to I guess relieve us from having to do so much damn inventory management. It's going to allow us to basically, let's say if I get a piece of gear that has crummy attributes, or like everything's wrong, but it has a really high attribute roll on one particular thing, I can choose to stat store that into my library. So in the video, I use the example of like an Alps Summit armament chest piece with, plus 1,000 skill power, which is very high. I think it goes up like 1,200 or something on the chest. But anyway, let's say I found a chest with 1,000 skill power. I can choose to go to the recal station, excuse me, and I can deconstruct that item with the idea that I want to stat store that really high skill power roll. What'll happen is it'll keep that basically in memory in the stat library, and anytime I need, I can go in and I can choose that high skill power roll, and I can then recalibrate a piece of gear to have that high skill power roll on it, and it's never consumed. So yeah, it's great. If I happen to come across maybe another chest piece a month later, has all the same crummy rolls, but this time it has, you know, 1040 skill power, I can choose to deconstruct that. It will overwrite my previous 1000 high stat stored attribute, and then from then on I can roll 1040 onto a chest piece or something I wanted. So you get the idea. It allows you to basically up your stats bit by bit by bit. Now, also coming in with this new recal is the ability to recalibrate anything on your gear. So we already know that you can obviously, you know, recalibrate a defensive attribute over to an offensive attribute, or, you know, a utility or something like that. But coming up in this new recalibration, I can recal anything. I can do an attribute. I can do one of the core attributes, and you'll learn more about those in the future. I can even do mod slots. Like if it doesn't quite match up with what I want, I can switch it to a different mod slot. So it's going to give us the ability to change around quite a bit. It's still not like the optimization station. If you're thinking, you know, back to Div 1, it's not that. Where basically it allowed you to take any piece of gear, and as long as you had the div tech and credits, it just basically keep optimizing it up to god tier. It's not going to do that, but it gives you a little bit more freedom and flexibility to mess around with things. And as somebody who really, on my main character, on my, you know, gear score 500 world tier 5, you know, raid character, I'm big into skill power. So the ability to see some of that stuff, especially if you make it up to like, I guess, skill tier 6. God, that was a real delay. Picked up a generic protocol mod. If you make it up to skill tier 6, and then you have the ability to go overcharged on your skills, and apparently they do some really wild stuff. Bruce was mentioning in that video the ability, you know, at a certain point, the ballistic shield has so much heal rate that it becomes basically invulnerable. Now, overcharge doesn't last, you know, for infinite amounts of, you know, time. It's only going to be a short period of time, but for that short period of time, your skills go just absolutely ballistic, which I'm looking forward to trying that out. All right, so back to this mission, and by the way, I will leave a link to that video. Well, I mean, you can check my channel. I'll probably do a card that'll pop up on the screen, so watch for it during the video. And you can click on that, and it will just basically hot link you over to that. But definitely check it out. It's doing quite well on the views right now. I don't normally do those state-of-the-game recaps, but I had the time, and it's about skills, and I like skills. And I met Bruce when I was over at Malmo, and of course Frederick, who's on the video as well. And it's kind of my thing. I like skills. Anyway, this last section out here, this can get a little dicey. Watch yourself. This is not a bad spot here, or way over on the left, up in that elevated area, is a good place to go too, but I don't want to get outflanked, so I'm just going to stay right here. Basically, the kill zone is straight out in front of me. They got to come running right at me, and there's nothing easier than hitting a target that's running right at you. Got to take care of these engineers, especially these outcast engineers. They have these battle bots with the saw blades on them. You can see one moving right there. They're kind of wonky, but if you can't get out of the way fast enough, they can do pretty severe damage to you. If they happen to get one that lands right on you and just it does, you know, continual damage, it can kill you very quickly. So these things are a priority, and they move pretty quickly. They're armored a little bit. There you go. There's one. Here comes another one. The thing is, if you, yep, just like this, they're kind of wonky. Ooh, whoa, watch out. Let me throw that drone up. They're kind of wonky, so if they get kind of close to you, you can just combat roll away from them. What will happen is the saw blades will stick into something like a piece of cover. Goodbye, the blade. You have been extinguished. Anyway, the saw blades will stick into something, and you can just basically shoot them from behind like I did, but the problem was it exploded on me. All right. Use the tactical explosives around them. There we go. Putting out a decent amount of damage. Don't let this guy jump in there, please. Come on, you messed up. This guy's still running. He's gonna... There's two of them. Okay. That's why I stay down here. They kind of have to funnel in at you. Getting up a little too far up there by the little holding pond and everything, they can get it behind you and it's over. And there we go. DCD mission completed. Let's give it the hand, right? Campus settlement upgrade. We picked up 114k XP. So these missions are perfect. This one awarded me a ton of XP. So that's the level up. We're about a third up through rank 18. Wow, that one was like easy. Besides the fact that I blew up the Blades battle bot and it basically grenaded right in my face. It wasn't bad. Don't shoot these things on the way out. They will kill you. That thing right there, the poisonous vat. Let's get out of here. All right, so I believe up to the campus, right? We need to go turn that in, and it says recruit Otis Sykes to unlock bounties. Yeah, so changes are a-coming for the division. So what we're looking at is, I think, title update 7 or episode 3, right? Title update 7, I think, is next month, February. Raid has been delayed. I guess they're having technical issues or something like that. They're trying to make it better. So our newest content that we have to look forward to, I'm just looking through these different projects, is going to be next month, February. Date unknown at this point. But like I said, check out my video. Spent a fair amount of time on it. I do include some live clips from the stream, from the State of the Game stream, and then I also give my own commentary on it. All with my little flair for doing videos, so it has background music, and of course you get to listen to my voice a little bit more, etc., etc., etc. So we're going to turn these little things that we need to. It's not much that I really need to do here in the base of operations right now. There's no cutscenes or anything like that, so probably a good place to end this video right now. If you are new to the channel, or if you're at the channel and you just never taken the time to do so, please take 3 seconds and smash that sub button. And while you're here, make sure and click on that bell icon. It's the way YouTube works, so you can set your notifications to receive all notifications from my YouTube channel postings, or else you'll just get some erratic notices and you'll miss some of the videos that I post. While you were here, if you could take the time to also rate the video with a thumbs up or thumbs down, that would be appreciated. If you are interested in supporting me and my YouTube channel here, and just my content creation in general, I will include links to both my Teespring LtBuzzLitebeer merchandise store, and also to my Patreon page. Sorry, I just had a brain fart there for a moment. If you're interested in following me on Twitter for basically all my thoughts concerning everything gaming related, with an emphasis on the Division 2, here is my Twitter ID. And I think we're going to call it an episode here. Thanks for watching from cover to cover. This is LtBuzzLitebeer. Until my next Hardcore Chronicles episode, signing off.